What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So I have to give props, man, to brothers like LB and QuestX, because they're the few people I know on social media that thought that Donald Trump would eventually be arrested. I have to eat crow this morning or this afternoon, because I just didn't see it. I just didn't see it happening in this country. I thought this is something that happens in other countries where powerful former political figures uh, were actually held accountable by the law. You know, uh, there are a lot of things that I've learned about former presidents that I can't say here on YouTube, of crimes that they've committed, but they were able to get away with it because of who they were and what they knew. I mean, look, even Richard Nixon, who committed some of the most egregious crimes in office that we can imagine. I'm not just talking about Watergate. Even before he was elected president, when he was just a candidate in 1968, candidate Nixon committed treason because he used a woman who was very active in National Republican politics, Anna N0T, who was an ally of Nixon at that time. He used her as a go-between between the Nixon campaign and the South Vietnamese government, who we were allies with in the Vietnam War. He communicated through her to the president at that time of South Vietnam that he would get a better deal as far as with the American government if there was a Nixon administration. So as a consequence of that, that's why South Vietnam was so non-committal and hostile when it came to peace talks at that time, because there was reportedly progress in the Johnson administration when it came to brokering a peace agreement between North and South Vietnam in Paris, France. I think is when they was holding those talks. Nixon didn't go to prison. Ford pardoned him in September of 1974, and due to legal entanglements because of Watergate, in early 1975, because of lawyer fees, Nixon's bank account was down to just $500, but he was able to move on from that because of the pardon. It eliminated any federal crimes he may have committed from him being indicted or anything of that nature. So he was able to write books and deliver speeches and earn money. And by the time he died at age 81 in April of 1994, he was worth $17 million. So that's the America that I know, that when you're wealthy, and let's be honest, white, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do for the most part. So for former President Trump to be arrested and charged is incredible to me. All right? So, on a historic and unprecedented day in America, former President Donald Trump has been arrested and will be arraigned at a lower Manhattan courthouse on criminal charges relating to a hush money payment made to adult film star Stormy Daniels. Mr. Trump left Trump Tower just after 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with his team of attorneys to head to court to surrender to the criminal charges. He will appear before his arraignment before Judge Juan Merchan at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this afternoon, becoming the first current or former United States president ever to be charged with a crime. Reports suggest he will face 34 felony charges believed to relate to falsified business records, but will not be handcuffed or put in a jail cell or have his mugshot taken. Mr. Trump responded angrily to these details being released on Monday, fuming on Truth Social that Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg should now indict himself over the leak. Mr. Trump flew into New York on Monday aboard his Boeing 757 plane before spending the night at Trump Tower in Manhattan. After Tuesday's hearing, he will fly straight back to his Mar-a-Lago mansion in Palm Beach, Florida, to deliver a primetime address at 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. In his final post before being arrested, Donald Trump said, quote, "I can't believe this is happening." Well, you got to believe it. And, but as a consequence of this, there are protests breaking out throughout this country. And I am concerned about violence. I'm concerned about violence. I'm concerned about lone nuts. And hopefully things don't get too out of hand, but this is America. We still have people that believe that Trump is the rightful president of the United States. And with that type of delusionment, anything's possible. Anyway, tell me what you guys think.